Welcome everyone to episode 34 of the What Sales and Marketing Got to Do With It podcast. My name is Gemma Adair, founder and principal marketing consultant at Riata Consultancy. The podcast aims to delve deep into the minds of sales and marketing industry leaders, uncovering what keeps them up at night, what drives their passion, and how they execute successful strategies in both their personal and professional lives. I'm delighted to welcome Veronica Andolfi, business UK mentor and coach for Think About It. Great to have you, Veronica.
Thank you very much, Gemma. It's a very pleasure to stay here and then to have a chat with you and with all your audience. Yes,
Perfect.
I'm all yours.
Perfect. Great. Great. For the next 45 minutes or more. Perfect. Really keen and really interested to learn about your journey. So without further ado, please introduce who you are and what you do.
Okay, so fantastic. So I'm Veronica. I'm working in a business management and or mentoring and coaching for over 6 years. I used to work with all the big brands like NatWest, Barclays for the all program and help startups and founders. I won a hackathon with a female founder in London. So we had this big community, new invention, technology, including all the minorities and then all diversity inclusion topic. Spend my life in London. I'm from Italy. I'm Italian. I love food. I love any kind of quality of life. London is my second city right now. Part of my in my heart because it's opened my door in my career and then all my progress in a job. So in job search, in confrontation, even with yourself. So I discover some other skills that I didn't know that I had some talents like DJ, so music. So I
Oh,
do
exciting. Wow.
try to have more. I'm not professional, but try to have more touch with vibes, with tech, understand more how to manage, how to build on track. Yeah, that is me. And then London
Perfect.
every time is a big challenge for everyone.
Of course, of course. It's a big city. There's hundreds and thousands of people, and it's tricky to navigate, not only for perhaps people that have lived here like all of most of their lives or all of their lives, but for people that come over and go into the workplace or kind of start a business or whatnot. Where and when did your journey begin? Now I know sales is something that is part of your role in addition to the mentoring and coaching and so on. So where does your journey begin?
Yeah, I mean, in general, sales are really into the life, especially in a big city like London. In any kind of part or your job relating or life, you have this kind of connection with the sales world. Um, I used to start my life in, especially career life, in sales and as a sales agent, how to initiate a discussion or approach your customer, how to have good connection, listening at the first time. So my big journey is that to understand more about the customer, who you are, and then what they want from you, and then with your experience, not for your experience. So on that side, I can say that sales are in any part of your life, but in the same time, is not the very stressful that you need to to put, because to fix a price or to do the is something else. So I discover other technique of the sales, how to approach in initial part to the customer, how to have this kind of conversation, I'm very into the first and second part of the sales cycle. So try to understand other, trying to open, and then see what is your skills can fit, and how you can help. So this is why is the sales way or the mentor. So how to mentoring in a loop, or the audience can ask you. So
I think it's a very good point because I think people forget that salespeople are people, marketing are people, business people are people. Um, and it's about, you know, understanding their mindset, understanding their challenges, what keeps them up at night and kind of speaking to that and having a conversation around that,
exactly.
what's really key. Did you study, did you go to uni, go to college? What did you do there?
My background is not in sales, but in political science. So study international relations. So I study more than one language. So I speak Arabic as well, Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian, and
Wow.
English. So it's total different mindset. That is the really important when you have this attitude, or you spend time in mentoring or coaching. You need to be flexible. So I experiment any kind of things on me in terms of the how to be in position to be salesperson, or customer, or supervisor. So I did so many job relating to this kind of field to understand more, because I think that especially in sales you need a very grow mindset, instead of to have fixed mindset to say, okay, this is the sales, this is how to negotiate, this is the solution at the end. No, you need to have more space, wide thoughts, no, on that. So
Definitely. And given your experience in sales, what did you like the most about sales and why? That's my first question. So, given your experience in sales, what did you like the most and why? And with the sales sort of engagements that you currently do, what do you like about it the most and why?
there are so many aspects of sales that are very, very, very good. I think it's the very connected with the real life. Sometimes as a sales is not real life, because you need to understand the other. So you need to like interpretation, So on that. So I like more when listen the person and try to figure out the different kind of way, instead of to have in my mind all the procedure and then to apply. So I like that most, to have this kind of swift on that. So in my mind is always music, because you need to have to understand the beats. So if you have this kind of connection, you can have a different kind of or sales technique. So you have the fundamental, but at the same time you need to adapt in sort of to have a good connection and good final stage of the sales cycle. So for me is that for me is the time that you have, you talk, you listen, you understand, then you have a sort of confrontation and say, okay, that is going to help, this is not going to help. So this is the phase that I like the
Yeah. It's one of those things where you have to be on someone's wavelength, as we like to call it, be on their wavelength, be on the
yeah.
same page, kind of have some commonality or some kind of um areas where you can sort of have a common ground in that
You,
sense.
you have in your mind, you go out there without think about the result. So for me, it's no result to make money. Yes, of course, make money is important, but if you sell in any kind of way, if you sell service, or if you sell product, and you go out to understand first the market, understand people, understand the community, so you know more. Maybe that product is not right. Maybe that product is not the right time to sell. So these kind of things that I like, and then I discover more of the things that made me more feel more enthusiastic.
Definitely. And I think that whole coaching side of things and just that whole mindset and how people's minds, how they work and things like that. It's really, really interesting. What do you think are the misconceptions do people have about sales? What are the misconceptions do you think people have about sales?
Mhm. I think it's the one really very important. They think it's sales is just the final stage, so selling, and then earn money without any kind of or modular or intermediate, sell product is to understand if it's satisfaction, to understand if is the product is the right product or service. So the myth is a kind of, or we are in the sales or we are in the marketing. So in this kind of two way, because marketing is more into ask question, having opportunity to understand the product, opportunity to go out and say, okay, this is the product, this is the right way to stay in the market. So I think it's they need to understand startup. I had so many founder that they had this kind of problem. They say, okay, I go sales, I need to sell this service for that, and then I need to earn this money. Yes, but in the middle, you need to study. You need to study the market. You need to study the concept. You need to study how to approach. Is proactive, I think. I believe on that, to be more proactive instead of to think that sales ways just for earn money.
Mm. Definitely, definitely. I think it ties back to like, we talk about strategy in business and you talked about sort of market research there and I think it's really key, doing that research, doing your due diligence to understand your market because essentially when it comes to sales, there's, it's about resource, it's about, setting that sales function or that sales person up in the best way possible with the toolkit that they need in order to sell into that market. And like you said, it's sales just it doesn't end there. It's a continuous sort of cycle and yeah.
Agree. And many times I had in my experience, people they start a business, they run a business, they say, okay, I need price strategy for sales. No. So the price strategy is something that you needed as is a strategy, but it's different from sales. It's totally different from sales. So you have price, you identify the amount of money for that kind of service or product. So you have that strategy, but this strategy need to be not the only one for sales. So the price strategy is total different. So from how to interpret your process, to go out and sell at the end, how to sell, how to approach, how to manage at the end.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Um, I'm a firm believer of sales and marketing alignment. What's your thoughts on that? Sales and marketing alignment.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, it could be a founder or startup or company. They have less marketing strategy than more sales, and then they are on the market. Or can be sales, so you can sell a product or service without a good marketing plan, and then it could be happen like a Zara in the in perspective of the market. So they did this kind of strategy. So no marketing and then selling product. You can. So they are line, and then I believe that. But you can have a more. It depends on the market. You need to understand. You can have more sales in that time, in 6 months' time. Say, okay, let's review, and then you do. A confrontation in the market with the startup, with your team, and see if it's the strategy is the right one.
Definitely. I think to your point, it depends on where they are in terms of their sort of business life cycle. Plus, also you have to sell something in order to promote it and market it, right? So you have to somewhat sell it first to have a use case or to
Mhm.
actually have that credibility that you've actually sold something, and then bring it into marketing that way. But yes, to your point, yeah, it really depends on the size of the organization, because you don't necessarily need that marketing to get you going
Yeah,
in order to generate the sales. I think it really depends on your maturity in the market, what the kind of challenges are, and for those to be identified really. Yeah,
exactly. So,
yeah.
think in my mind, I had experience with the startups. Startups, they are fresh, so they need to invest more in who they are, how to pitch, how to say on the market. So that makes sense. And then the strategy, you need to understand the market and at the same time see how to combine, no, and mix and match sales with the marketing. But in other way, you have middle stage companies to mature stage companies. It depend on the strategy that they want to invest and then put, okay, I risk. I do this because the product or the service is already on the market. So that is makes sense research of the market, having more case studies, um, find out any service that you have, any kind or like a Spotify podcast that you have this kind of verb or this kind of or topic that you can find, no, find out more.
Definitely. No, it's I think there's a lot of different factors, isn't there, around sort of marketing, sales, and all that kind of stuff. How do you stay up to date with what's happening in the market?
Um, that is a good question. Is depends. I'm not really fans of the social media information through the social media, so I try to have more. Um, I read a lot. I have more listening on podcast, listening on Insight. So having more, something that is very concrete and then very formal on that side. So yeah,
Perfect.
it's
Oh, that's
better
great.
than to just.
Um, the other thing I wanted to just ask you, work-life balance, we talk about that a lot. How do you create work-life balance between home and work?
Hmm, yeah, good verb. Um, it depends on the yeah the I mean, I'm a mentor and a coach. It depends on the time that I spent, and then to regenerate myself as well in terms of the or the relax and then giving more time for myself. So I can manage the hours. So I'm very lucky to manage hours and then to to see if is I can do in 1 week, and another week I can rest. I can try to concentrate on myself, reading, listening music, or go for walk and walking around. Yeah, it's depend on my time and my schedule.
Gotcha. And I'm sure DJing comes into that.
Oh yeah.
When do you have the time to DJ? Like throughout the week? Like tell us more about that. Because DJing music, creating music, I think is something which you prioritize.
I mean, my passion started on 2020, but it was very, very in a hurry because I mean, my family, my dad play piano. My mom used to have, I mean, passion with the sax. So sound, music was there. So the sound was there. When I try to face the big challenge on in 2020 with the pandemic, say what I have to do, what I have to do more on myself. So I try to concentrate on my this passion in something. I mean, I can do it, even if I can do that my proper job. I can do this. So I try to have a more polyhedric way. So start to study tech or how to produce, how to make music, how to balance the sound a bit. So yeah, my journey, I try to find out more time right now because it's dependent on inspiration. So you do DJ not because you need to play music for um, just to make money, or the people they say, okay, you're a DJ, you make money. No, you are a DJ like a person, like a mentor or coach. So you dedicate for others. So you express yourself, you know. So through the music, then the music is something that is drag you in different kind of words, and then part of the universe. Say, okay, I try to do this, I try to match this, or I catch the beat. So it's I think it's an experience or your life first, and then second is something that can help you yourself to go out better with emotion, with the quality of life, and then why not for your work every day, your routine.
Definitely, definitely. And I think it's like a your outlet, right? You kind of immerse yourself when you DJ. It's kind of like your outlet. Um,
You
and
stay
I'm
with you.
yeah,
You are with you, no matter where you are, in a studio, in a room, in a canteen, whatever. So you, and then how you feel the music. That is make more. I mean, you are connected. You say, okay, this is another part of me.
so powerful.
Yeah, another
Yeah,
part of me that give to answer. No, say many times you say, oh, what I have to do, what I want to do. You do nothing. You need to feel yourself. You need to have more here for yourself first.
definitely. You kind of get lost in the music, right? And it's great for the mind, body, and the soul, as they say. It's a great combination of things. Um, what did you want to be when you grew up?
When I grow up.
When you were younger, like, yeah, what did you want to be?
Oh, when I was younger, my dream was okay, I need to I want to be in the space. So
Oh,
go
you wanted to be an
yes,
astronaut.
out. Yes, exactly. And I say no, it's too much. And I say that it's not really very concrete or a dream. So I need to sort it out of so many things. Then I say, okay, I want to help others. I try to be more into how to approach others, how to have more connection with all the community. Um, and then I really like and to travel, so to have more. I mean, discover new world, the have experiences some places. So free spirit on that. So from now to my future, is really important to be in this kind of way. I think that is the my talent. They are more express, so help
Mm.
others, and then be there to have idea, to have creativity. So I think is the without creativity, I can't survive.
It's true. It's very true. It's a good sort of thing to focus on, right? To bring out your creativity and so on. It's so important. What is your passion in life and what drives you? And I think you might have touched upon some of the things in the podcast, but what is your passion in life and what drives you?
Passion in life, best passion, I say, so stay and understand others, um, but in the same time to have curiosity and passion to discover more, to understand more other part or other field. I'm really, really open, and then open mindset in terms of the everything. So passion, I don't have just one passion. That is probably is wrong, but I don't know. But I have passion for what I have to discover. I need to discover more. I like to discover. I like to listen others and say, "Oh wow, he or she have another idea. Oh, let's find out. Let's search. Let's have a curiosity on that." So
That's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful in terms of, yeah, what are you passionate in life about and what drives you? If you could, is there someone that inspires you, dead or alive?
yes, was my head teacher in university.
Okay.
So he was very, I mean, high rank teacher, but he was in the government as well, so as a researcher. So he inspired me in terms of the this kind of flexibility, the to be more open to discover. And then I remember that he said to me, "Oh, now you travel, you go in England." So, okay. So, you know, when we say in the continental England is another word. So there you discover more, you see European continent and then England, how they match together. So it was very a big guru for me. He just he was very inspirational, and then in the same time very open to my crazy idea, because I start with idea to create a course and a workshop in university, and then say, "You crazy, you can create, you can have this kind of I mean open things when you don't ask for permission." So I'm starting to try to have a community, and to starting to have a workshop for your passion, and then how you want to do in the next future. So yeah, definitely my head teacher.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant that someone had such a an influence on you while you were at university. And I think we can all speak to people that have had an influence in our professions and, kind of believed in us and give us the, that stepping stone, I think, to where we are today. If you could speak to your younger self,
Mhm.
what would you say to them?
Okay, I said, um, this is the right moment to express more yourself. So I will say that. Uh, because I've been, I mean, my family is always be around and to help me, but at the same time I had so many challenge in terms of to say, okay, I need to figure out myself. I need to discover more myself. So now is the time to listen that kind of girl and say, you have to, and you can do it. So whatever you want to do, and you whatever you are open, build a business, build um, any kind of things, you can have it. You can do. So give allow to, not say, okay, now is not the right moment. Now you have to do this for you have to earn money. You have to stay there for family, for relationship. For, no, now, no. I can say to her, I can say to her, now you're free. And you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want. I'm peace for all my past. That's it.
It's
So
pretty powerful, pretty powerful. Um, where do you see yourself in the next few years? Where do you see yourself?
I hope close to the sea. Play music. No. Okay. So yeah, this is my dream. But yes, be in peace, be wealth, in good relation with my community. So to have community first is really important. I mean, freedom in the same time. Place is not about the job. It's about how you feel, how you been in peace with yourself. I said I need to give a permission to my little child to do everything. So now is everything. So I explore.
Perfect. No, that's great. If you were to go on holiday, what would a
Mhm.
nice holiday be like to you? Like, what would you do? Where would you go? Tell us more.
Okay, so I'm type of person that adapt myself. I like it. I like both. I go to the cold place and then stay in I mean North Europe or North Iceland like that, and then close to the sea. But mainly I like to stay in a place to discover, to see. So I want to spend time to relax myself, but in the same time see where I am, people, the history or the place. That is, history is really important, no? Why we are here is about the past, and then how we spend, and then how how were or the um, in history, Romance Empire, Greek Empire. So to have more to tell about us, no, on that. So yes, I like that. I like to have these kind of holidays, not just sitting on a chair to do nothing. I like
Okay.
it. Don't get me wrong, but in the same time, I like to mix and match.
Yes,
No, mix and match.
of course, of course, of course. Which brings me on to my next question.
Okay.
If you had a chance to be a superhero or have superpowers,
Oh,
who
nice.
would you be or what superpower would that be and why?
Okay, so since I was child, my icon and legend was Wonder Woman. So the Wonder Woman had this kind of philosophy. So Amazonian warrior princess that with her powers from old Greek gods, no? So and this is a really important for me. So everything is compassionate, caring, stubborn, so high competitive, outgoing. So this kind of traits of the this superior is the one that I can identify myself, even if I consider myself very normal, so a normal person. But if one day or 1 hour I have time to be this superior Wonder Woman.
It's it's a good superhero to be for sure. And I think, you know, you talk about the characteristics of Wonder Woman. I'm sure some of those characteristics come out in your day to day at some points or in your life or you know because I think sometimes you have to really feel into those characteristics and bring those characteristics out depending upon the situation that you're in and so on and so forth. So it's I think it's important to have that kind of um that avatar or that sort of super
Yeah.
character that you kind of can
What I
connect.
like, what I like this part of the Wonder Woman. So she tried to avoid conflict, but if she press it, so she will engage in a battle and then occasion lose herself for the pleasure. Or
Yeah.
so that means that mix and match. So the passion with the same time you avoid, no, to be in criticized or judgmental situation. But you are there, so it's there, but it's calm.
Definitely. Definitely. If you had a chance to ask the audience a question, what would that be?
Mm. So one of the question I think is really nice to ask is would you like to have more, I mean, insight about the external factor? So the external factor of you, or you want to more insight and then understand you more yourself in terms of the how you want to achieve, how you want to build, how you want to be in five years time, or you want to something that you understand more the other part, so the community that you live or the world that you live, and then there you understand more yourself.
Perfect. No, that's great. Do you have any final words that you would like to share?
Final words is to don't give up, never, and believe in a crazy thing
Perfect.
in any kind of way. If you believe in something that you can do it, you can. So, superpower.
Hey, those are some great words.
Thank
Thank you, Veronica, for being
you.
on the podcast today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure.
Um, and look forward to, you know, watching your journey and seeing what's to come with Veronica and think about it in 2025.
Of course. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.
Bye.